Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Caitlin and this is Catnip Dreaming, and you've tuned in for another food review with me, and I'm really excited for this one because it's a product I've never had before and it involves edible cookie dough, so I can't wait for that. So I'm trying 3 items from, I believe that the brand is Hail Mary. So there's 3 different cookie doughs. I should just show you all 3 right here. And they are like a refrigerated product. I found them in the section with a lot of the plant-based items. And just a few things about this actual product. Hail Mary is your rallying cry if you want the freedom to indulge, say yes to decadent flavors, luxurious textures, and the benefits of fresh, clean ingredients. Our bites are always gluten-free, vegan, kosher, and non-GMO. And the hashtag is sink your teeth. And guys, right here are the 3 varieties. So I got the just traditional chocolate chip cookie dough, the dark chocolate, and the caramel sea salt. And so I'm just kind of reading the backs of these, of like the different packaging. And it says that they use shredded coconut, virgin coconut oil, and good fats from nuts. And they're dehydrated slowly for a super moist, fresh taste. Looks like there's a lot of great ingredients. It looks like like maple syrup seems to be the main sweetener in this. There looks like to be almond flour. So if you do have a nut allergy, you can't have these. don't have them. But they are gluten-free, vegan, and kosher, and non-GMO, which is pretty awesome. But all 3 of these do have the allergens of almonds and coconut. Well, the chocolate one doesn't have almonds, so I wonder what they use for the binder for that. It looks like shredded coconut and dark cocoa. But the other 2, the caramel sea salt and the chocolate chip, both contain almonds as well. I see these every time I shop, but I just keep forgetting to try them. And I think it's pretty cool that they are vegan and gluten-free and non-GMO. I think that's, and kosher, 4 things. I think that's pretty awesome. So it gives, you a chance to try something different if you do have a gluten intolerance or you are a vegan, that you can still indulge in something, sweet. So I hope they're good. I think they will be. I have a good feeling. I really like coconut and I like almond flour, so I think those are gonna be good. So I'm gonna stop talking and let's just try the food. All right, the first one I'm gonna try is the cookie, just like the traditional cookie dough. So I'm excited for this one. I think it's a good baseline to try. I'll probably do the caramel next and then end with the dark chocolate because I think that's gonna be the most aggressive flavor. I always have to do the smell test. They definitely smell like coconut and vanilla. So they do have like, whenever I think of like cookie dough batter or just like cookie dough, I think of just vanilla extract. So it definitely has that flavor, not that flavor, that scent. It's really like at the forefront of your nose. That's what the actual cookie bite looks like. All right, let's give it a taste. So right off the bat, I'm just gonna start. I think the flavor definitely tastes a lot like cookie dough. Like I said, it has that vanilla extract flavor. You get the chocolate chips. It has that kind of like maltiness, that brown sugar, that flavor, which makes sense that the maple syrup would be part of that. I will say though, texturally, it doesn't have the texture of cookie dough where you have like those, the reason cookie dough is so great is when you have those big chunks of like coarse granulated and brown sugar. So it's crunchy, but it's crunchy from the shredded coconut. So I think that they were definitely trying to mimic that traditional like crunchiness that you would find in a cookie dough. Like not crunchiness, but you know what I mean, when you have like the sugar crystals. When I was a kid, I used to always get iced tea and put like 5 sugar packets, and it'd be like the sugar and the raw, so I could just drink the sugar because I liked the texture. But anyway, that's not good for you. I think especially the fact that it's gluten-free and vegan, there are gonna be substitutes to achieve the texture. So the almond flour definitely has a good nutty flavor, and I think that that's where that malty flavor that you would associate with the brown sugar comes from. But the coconut, I knew that it was gonna be coconut because I read the back and I saw that that was one of the main ingredients, so I anticipated that. If you're not a fan of coconut, you might not like it, but I like coconut a lot. I like coconut desserts. I like the texture of coconut, so I think that's a great alternative to create that texture. So it's good, but I'm excited to try the other 2 flavors because that was kind of like your more basic flavor. So I'm thinking that the caramel sea salt, it should really be a great flavor, and I think the chocolate, who doesn't like chocolate? So let's go try the caramel. All right, here's the caramel sea salt. Pretty excited about this one. This one definitely has an interesting smell. What does it smell like to me? I mean, it does smell like maple syrup, but that's not it. Oh, it smells like pancakes. Maple syrup. This one does smell like pancakes, so if you like pancakes, it's a great thing to start with, but I'll show you the actual bite. So you can definitely see the sea salt on top, and I think you can see the coarse texture where you see the shredded coconut. All right, let's give it a taste. That has a very similar flavor to the chocolate chip cookie dough. Like that, it tastes a lot like vanilla to me, and a little bit of maple syrup, which that makes sense because of the smell. This one feels like the actual coconut was shredded a lot finer. It doesn't have as much texture as the other one. I get a hint of salt, but I would say I think if it's gonna be advertised as sea salt, like as one of the main flavors, I wish that there was a little bit more salt. It might have just been the one that I got, so I'm gonna see if there's maybe another one that might actually have more salt. It just might have been not covered as much in salt, so I'll try this one. That one had more salt, so always give it a second chance. It just might have been the piece that I grabbed, but I like that one better than the first one because I like the flavors of caramel and sea salt. But I would say it definitely is predominantly a vanilla flavor with a hint of salt, but texturally, I do like this one a little bit better. I think it seems like the ratio might be more almond flour than shredded coconut. I could be wrong, but that's just based on tasting it. So like I said, that's just my opinion. All right, and then the last one is the dark chocolate bites, and this one does not have almond flour in it, so I'm gonna assume that the dark cocoa powder is probably like the main binder in this one. So I'm excited to see how that affects the texture and the taste. All right, so this is what it looks like. I definitely can see those specks of the coconut in there, and then you definitely see the cocoa powder coming through. It smells like a molten lava cake. That tastes like a chocolate truffle. That is so good. It's a lot richer than the other two. I think not having the almond flour in there and just really going after the dark cocoa powder is what really gives it that really rich flavor. I mean, it has the coconut in it, so I taste the coconut flavor and the texture, but I would say out of all three of them, this is the one that I think is the richest in flavor and I think would really satisfy that kind of like truffly cookie dough craving. And that's just my personal opinion. I really like dark chocolate a lot, but this one is really good. I think it really satisfies that craving the most. I like the chocolate one a lot. All right guys, so my final review is that I really do like this product. You just have to be a fan of coconut because that is the predominant texture that you will have in this. So if you don't like coconut, I wouldn't recommend it, but if you like coconut, you're gonna love this. And if you like almond flour too, there is a little bit of that texture. I think that the dark chocolate was by far the winner for me. I think it definitely satisfied my sweet tooth the most, and I think it had the most deep flavor. I think that chocolate is just such an assertive flavor, especially a dark chocolate, because there's a hint of bitterness in there, which I like in my desserts. So definitely if you're looking for, you know, to indulge a little bit, but you don't want to completely indulge in like a chocolate truffle, I think the dark chocolate bites are a great alternative. I think that these were all great products. I just really like that there's a gluten-free, vegan, non-GMO, and kosher option out there. So you have the opportunity to have some like childhood favorites and indulge in something sweet while still being able to adhere to those dietary restrictions. All right guys, I hope you enjoyed that food review. I'm looking forward to doing more of those. If there's a product that you'd like me to review, I certainly would love to. I like trying new things. These Hail Mary products just really caught my eye. I have seen them in the past and I just figured it was a time to try them. But thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe and I'll see you soon. Thanks.